Now, I'm from Oklahoma, you know, cowboy country, and I even wore my shoe boots specially for this song. So I thought I ought to do one song with a bit of a country flair to it. But since this is an audience that likes trivia, I have a trivia question for you. Do y'all know the plural of y'all? All y'all. She got it. She got it. And this next song was written in 1951 for Dolores Gray, and I got the pleasure of knowing her when she was here in London, so I wanted to do this number. And it is my tribute to Brokeback Mountain. There he goes, as usual, my man, breaking my foolish heart. I really don't know what to do about him. I told myself I got to do without him. There he goes, as usual, my man, tearing my heart apart. He's made my life a mess. I got to do this, I guess. Goodbye, Joe. From here I kiss you. Goodbye, Joe. I hope I don't miss you. Bye, Joe. If you had been on the square and had treated me fair and we'd not had a tiff, if you had not said I should go and jump right off the nearest cliff, if you had stayed off the make and you never had taken to coming home stiff, if I had not smelled perfume with a nasty, unfamiliar whiff, I'm gonna miss you, baby. Things could have been terrific. What's the diff? If you had not had the cheek to stay out for a week, sang back in a jiff, if you were not such a two-timing guy, if you weren't, if you hadn't, if you didn't, if you weren't, if you hadn't, and you didn't, but you have, and you were, and you when you did, and so goodbye. If I had not seen you take Eugene on the lake in your flat-bottom skiff, if you were not out with Sue with your arms around her bare midriff, if I had not seen you pen sexy letters to Ken in your own hieroglyph, if you had not left me home when you had 2 seats for South Pacific, I'm gonna miss you, baby. You were too darn prolific. What's the diff? If you were not such a hound who when game was around always picked at the sniff, if you were not such a two-timing guy, if you weren't, if you hadn't, if you didn't, if you weren't, if you hadn't, and you didn't, but you have, and you were, and you when you did, and so goodbye. If, when I asked where you'd been, you had knocked at my chin with a beautiful biff, if I had not always found purple lipstick on your handkerchief, if you had not told me lies and then looked in my eyes with a smile be a tiff, if when I caught you with Kate you had not said it's of no signif, I'm gonna miss you, baby, and I could get specific. But what's the diff? If the best years of my life weren't spent with such strife and no marriage certif, if you were not such a two-timing guy, if you weren't, if you hadn't, if you didn't, if you weren't, if you hadn't, and you didn't, but you have, and you were, and you when you did, and so goodbye. Bye-bye, Joe.